Bonjour everybody, welcome to the French Vanilla channel, and today we'll be doing a couple of different maps of Geoguessr. We'll try to find every McDonald's in the world, identify every flag in the world, and just see what other maps are fun to play on. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so we're going to start with where's that McDonald's, so let's see how many countries I can get and guess the locations of these McDonald's, and if I can get a score of, let's set a goal of 15,000, but hopefully we can get higher than that. So where's that McDonald's? Alright, we can move. We see McDonald's, we see palm trees, we see water, English, and it cannot move. Where are we thinking? It says barber, okay. Oh, colors of Malta. I assume that means we're in Malta here. Let's guess in the capital city. Alright, St. Paul's Bay. Nice. 4.955. Alright, so we're in the US. We're in McDonald's. This is a McDonald's map. Roy Rogers. Can we get at least the state that it's in? Let's look around. Don't recognize that. Highway Zone Medical Show. I feel like this feels like the Midwest to me, so we were thinking like Ohio, somewhere around there. Let's see if we can find a sign, maybe like a political sign, or just like a address somewhere. North 301. I mean, the US is really big, so I don't think I have that much to go off of here. Up here. West Maryland. Okay, so we're gonna find Maryland on the map, and then, you know what, we'll just shoot it around Baltimore. Alright, nice. 4.6. Okay. So you see McDonald's over here. We're in a huge city. We see a lot of different taxis and cars coming around. We're thinking Southeast Asia. Do I know which city exactly yet? I'm not entirely sure. Fanfa. Okay, we see the Thai flag, so I'm pretty sure we're in Thailand. Let's just guess Bangkok. Alright, nice. I think we're just trying to get a good score here. We're not necessarily trying to like 5k each round. I'm happy with getting 15,000 overall on this map. Although I think we just dropped in the same location, so I'm just gonna guess Maryland again. It was somewhere near Washington, right? Okay, nice. So same location twice in one run, which makes it a lot easier for us, so. Alright, let's see. We drive on the left side of the road. I'm feeling this is like Australia for some reason, or the UK. We see the euro, so clearly neither of those are right. Is this a yellow plate meta? And please, if I get anything wrong, feel free to correct me in the comments. Trying to get better at Geoguessr, and yeah. Alright. I'm actually kind of stumped. I see a lot of yellow license plates, which I thought would mean... Okay, we are in the UK. Was that a pound sign I saw, not a euro? Okay. It doesn't look like we're in near London, so let's guess maybe like more northern UK, like Manchester. Alright, we are just near Sheerness, which is South London. Alright. Nice. Alright, so we got 23.3. Our only really far guess was the one in the UK, because we also got the same location twice in the US, which is not really fair. So let's try this map again and see if we can get above 15k again. Okay, I think we've had this location. I wanted to say we're in Thailand, maybe? Do I see any flags? Fact where's Ronald McDonald really just be hanging out there? Oh wait, am I think I'm making a mistake here. I think we're in India actually. Maybe more. Maybe more here, like Bengaluru. Okay, we were near Kochi. Alright, so right country but wrong city. So that's something to keep track of. .eu. Okay, so we're in Australia. I don't really know how to guess, region guess Australia yet. I'm gonna guess Sydney. Okay, we're in Adelaide. I feel like this is screaming some sort of country to me. The white buildings. Um, what country is it screaming? Okay, so we see .hr, so I'm pretty sure we're in Hungary. So let's zoom in there, and then can we find a city so I don't plonk it in Budapest? Oh wait, why is it the Croatia flag? Ooh. Okay, we should see. Are we in Croatia or are we in Hungary? I mean, the two countries are right next to each other, but we did get two conflicting clues there. So let's see if we can find anything else. Do we see anything on the sign? Not entirely sure. Okay, and we can't go anywhere that way. Well, what do we go with? The URL, or do we go with what we saw? Here, blah, blah, blah. We're looking for information on what country we think it is here. I mean, it's definitely Hungary or Croatia because it's Eastern-ish Europe. Laborica. Not entirely sure what city is. Let's just guess Budapest. Okay, so we were in Croatia. We saw the flag there, but I think I got too focused in on the Hungary domain. So that's okay. Okay. And I think this is the same one we had in a previous round. So maybe it's just in Bangkok. But somewhere here. Alright, nice. 4.9. Okay, so we see the US, but it feels very... Does it feel very Florida, maybe? Very southern with the palm trees. Chinese food. Let's see if we can maybe get a city name. We can look around a little bit. Sunny Donuts. Could be California, too. Yo, this Walgreens pharmacy is changing a lot through the different years of coverage. Okay, we see Spanish. Chula Vista Center. I feel like that should mean something to me. City of Chula Vista. I feel like that feels like more like California, no? I've never been to California, so I'm not entirely sure. Let's find one more clue, and then we can plonk our guess. Gas starting at $4. It's kind of crazy. Alright, Broadway. More palm trees. I mean, I think this is a fine guess. Alright, so we were in Chula Vista, which is near San Diego. I've never heard of that city before, so you learn something new every day. Alright, we hit our 18K goal. Let's see if we can do one more round of a McDonald's, hitting an average of 15K per round. At least. Alright, the coverage here is, we're literally ordering at the counter. We're just here. Dog. Okay. It feels like Eastern European language. My initial guess is somewhere like Poland, but I don't know if we can can we get any other clues? Can we get out of this McDonald's? I'd like a water bottle, please. Are there any flags? Am I missing something here? I guess we're just gonna have to lock in a guess here. I'm just gonna guess Warsaw. Okay, nice. So it was Poland, but we're in Gdansk. Alright. We see our McDonald's here. I've never seen a McDonald's like this before. Smith City, left side of the road. Are we thinking Australia, New Zealand possibly? Dunedin City. I feel like that feels more like Australia to me, but I'm not sure. So let's see if we can get any more clues. Anderson's Bay. I do have a tendency to guess just capital cities when I don't know where I am in Geoguessr. But that will all get better with learning. So we're hoping to. Oh, we're in New Zealand. Okay. We're hoping to learn how to region guess better soon. So what do we see? Done something city. I think we'll just go do a quick scan over all of New Zealand here. If anyone sees the city and oh, perfect. I was gonna say if anyone sees the city and I just gloss over it, definitely let me know. We're just gonna guess here. Amazing, 4.9. But yeah, I might miss something very obvious, so yeah, if you guys see any clues, definitely feel free to let me know. Alright, we're in Malta again. St. Paul's Bay. Nice. Why do I want to say this is like the US? But no. Or I'm not sure. I guess that there is a US flag there. So we're definitely in the US, but what state are we in? Can we get further down this road and maybe get some clues? Lots of Teslas. A motel. Can we get to this highway sign? Tiburon Boulevard. That does not sound familiar at all. Do we see an In-N-Out up here? Okay. So In-N-Out can only really be in a couple states in the US. It's not everywhere, which leads me to think it's somewhere up here. I feel like I've seen, or somewhere in the West Coast. I know it's in Texas too, and maybe a couple other states, but it's not on the East Coast. So if we can get like one big city name on one of these highway signs, I think we can get a pretty close shot. Or if we can get like a state flag here. So we got Hill Valley. I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is the California flag. So let's just, okay. We chose San Francisco. We got 4.7. Not bad. Bejarat. This is feeling like, is this feeling Europe? Like Eastern Europe? Yep. Okay, so we see the EU license plates. EU license plates with a blue stripe on the left side and then the white blur in the middle. What was my initial thinking here is like somewhere like Hungary, like Czechia area. We're not exactly sure yet though. Okay, so we see Budapest here, and it's to our, is that to our left? So maybe somewhere here? Okay, nice. Okay, so we misread those directions there. It was in Hungary, and it was near the border of both Austria and Slovakia, but Budapest was to our right. Okay, nice job. Alright, we got 23K. So we played that map a couple times. Let's see if we can move to Flags of the World and see how well we do there. Again, we're hoping to get 15K on this one. I think I should do pretty good with flags, and especially because it seems like a lot of flags might be in like capital cities, or like really big cities of different countries. So hopefully we can at least get the country right and get a 15K average overall. So we see Latvia over here. Do we see the Latvia flag? I might not be able to see it. Well, I cannot really see where it is, but since we're just gonna go off the assumption that we are here in Latvia. Nice. Okay, we're just in capital city. Is this like some? I feel like this is like Central America flag, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Can we get onto a road? This feels very like there's a lot of palm trees. Okay, Scotia Bank. Are we on a walking trekker? We see a blue flag here. What flag is this? I want to say it's somewhere in like Central America, it feels like. I don't know if it's the Guatemala flag or not. I don't know if I'm sure what that is. It does seem like it's Spanish though. Something resisting water. We can kind of read the Spanish. French is really good for us. And we can recognize a lot of languages. But let's go with Guatemala. Okay. It was the. What flag was this? Divine Sun. We were in El Salvador? Okay. Nice. Okay, so that will be a flag that we have to remember in the future. But luckily, we got the right region, so we're in Central America. Okay, so we see the Union flag here, so we're in the UK. Are we just in London somewhere? Royal Banqueting House. What are we thinking here? It's just talking about the crown, and it seems like a royal banking place. So I'm thinking London. Let's see if we can find anything else here. Travel UK, the big red buses. I think we're pretty safe to just guess in London. Okay, nice. 4.9. So we've only failed at one flag so far. This is the Greece flag, I believe. And then I don't know what building this is, but I think it is the Greece flag. So, hey, person holding the camera there. Yeah, let's just guess somewhere in Greece, but I feel like it's not in Athens. Maybe I want to try to guess some other island off of Greece. Can we find a different island? I guess I'll just guess near Athens. Okay, so it is Athens. I guess I don't really know what Athens looks like. Okay, so we see 6 walking strips there. Don't know what that is. Okay, we see Portugal flag, EU flag, and I'm not sure where the flag is on the right. It might be a city or a region flag. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess Lisbon here. Alright, nice. 4.9. Alright, so we got 24.3. Let's play this map one or two more times and see how we do and if we know most of the flags. Okay, so we're in the US, but this place looks super warm, which is weird for the US. And I don't know if that means it's one of like. This is a language I'm not familiar with. Okay, so we see a US flag, but it makes me think that we're somewhere like. Are we in Hawaii? Are we in one of the like territories of the US that's not continental? It doesn't feel very mainland US. I don't know what the rest of these flags are. American World War II Memorial, Court of Honor, and something. Is this Hawaii? Could this be? I think that's like what I want to go with if I can't find any confirmation of that in like a minute or two, because it's definitely somewhere like a US area, but not like the US continental states. And it feels very tropical. I know there's like the US, like the Virgin Islands, and then American Samoa, but I don't know what languages they speak there. Like aside from English, like what the indigenous languages are. So, all right, let's see if there's probably a lot of information here. Marina Office, Department of Lands, Saipan, Smiling Cove Marina. I don't know what Saipan is. I feel like Hawaii does not. Hawaii is not necessarily right, but I'm not sure what that language is that we saw at the beginning. Could we be in like Guam, for example, or something? You know what? I'm gonna guess Hawaii, and then if we are incorrect here, we'll just have more to learn for future flags and rounds. Alright, so we were wrong. It was the Northern Mariana Islands, so not a whole lot of points there. But that's okay. We'll learn that flag for the future. Alright. Au-delà de vos limites. Okay, so we're somewhere in. What country are we in? Au-delà de vos limites. French speaking Africa? Where is the flag that we're supposed to be able to see? Because this is a flag map. Okay. Is this. What flag is this? Green with yellow and red. I feel like the Senegal flag has more of like a different shape than this. I'm not sure. I want to say it's like Benin or Togo, maybe? But I don't know if these. If French seems to be a language that's here. Porto Novo, no. Is this? It's not Senegal, but I know Senegal speaks French. I don't know if I recognize this green, yellow, and red flag. I'll guess I'll go with Senegal to be safe, but all right, let's see. Ugh, okay. So I should have went with my initial instinct, which is Benin. Benin is not in normal Geoguessr, so I think in my head I thought it can't be that, but this is a different kind of map. So yeah, and now that I'm looking more closely into it, I mean we see some French language, but I didn't recognize the other languages that were the roots of some of these city names. Okay, so it was the Benin flag. Good to know. Okay, so we have the India flag here, but I'm not sure what region maybe some of these other flags are. And can we click around and move around? We cannot. So we're just gonna have to take a guess. Let's guess northern India. Okay, it was just New Delhi. We got 4K there. Hopefully we're still on track to get the 15K average. I haven't been keeping track. This is, I think this is the, I think it's Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan. I'm pretty sure it's Kyrgyzstan. We do see some Cyrillic language here. Is this the one that looks like the Xbox logo? Alright. I don't think we're going to be able to move around and get many more clues here, so let's lock in that. Okay, nice. So we're in Kyrgyzstan in the capital city. Not too far either from our guess. Okay, where is our flag? We see blue, red, yellow. And we're near some water. A lot of people around. Don't see a whole lot of language, and we can't really click anywhere. I can't see if there's anything in the middle of the flag. It feels like it's kind of blocked by a lot of other things. I'm thinking Ecuador, Colombia, or Venezuela because of the blue, red, yellow scheme. But I'm not sure which one I want to go with. I think I'm gonna go with Venezuela. And then we'll see which flag it is. Oh my gosh. All right. It's the Mauritius flag. Is that what? Yeah, this country. Yeah, Mauritius. Okay, so we got absolutely no points there. Um, let's see how we did. 10K. Okay, that was really rough. Let's go to the breakdown and see where we maybe could have done better. So the first round was it the Northern Mariana Islands, and we guessed Hawaii. Okay, so we'll try to keep in mind that flag for the future. The second flag, how do we do? We were in Benin, and we second guessed ourselves and went Senegal, but it was the Benin flag. And I think I knew that one, but I second guessed. Third one was India. It was in New Delhi, but we guessed Jaipur. Fourth one was in Kyrgyzstan. We guessed Bishkek, and it was Bishkek. And then the fifth one was in Mauritius, but we guessed Venezuela. Okay, so definitely need to brush up on some flags. We don't know every flag in the world, but I think we know a decent amount of them. Let's try one more time this flag quiz and hopefully get at least 15,000. Hmm. This is in English, but I want to say the flag is like Costa Rica or something. I don't know if I. George Price. I don't really know who that is. I'm not entirely sure here, but it does feel like this is like the right area. I definitely think it's Central America somewhere. Okay, it was Belize. So it was the Belize flag. All right. White, red, and yellow. Hmm. I don't think I have a clue where this flag is, to be honest. I don't know if I've ever seen a white, red, and yellow flag. Is this a region of a country? Is this a country I haven't studied yet? Alright, since we can't get everything based off just the flag, let's look for clues here. I'll see a lot of stone like pavement and steps. Can we see anything on the cars? Can't see any brands of cars or license plate. I don't know. I want to say it's like, is it somewhere here? White, red, yellow. I don't know a lot of the flags here. Azerbaijan. I think this flag is more colorful. Is it Armenia? I'm gonna guess Armenia. I'm not. I know this is probably a horrible guess, but I'm not entirely sure what this flag is at all. Okay, where. Okay, so this is. Georgia's this border. What is this country part of? Looks like we're in Georgia, but there is a dashed line. I'm not sure if that means that the city is part of Georgia or not, but we were not that far off and we made a pretty good guess based on what the temperature and trees and everything looked like. So I think that's pretty okay for not knowing what the flag is. Okay, so we see French here. Dot B F Burkina Faso? And I don't know this flag, but I'm assuming this is Burkina Faso with this URL. So let's see if we can find that on the map. Okay, here, nice. Alright, above Benin and Togo. What is the city? Is there a city name anywhere we can see? Don't think Ouagadougou. I think, is that a capital? I feel like that's like the capital of some country. Siège. I don't know if I can find that city. Ooh. Ooh. Can't find the city name that it says, although I'm pretty sure it's the capital of something. Um. Oh, here, duh. Okay, it was just right under where like the city name was. Nice. Ooh, 4.998. Okay. We definitely could have tried to get a 5K there, but I think today we're just trying to see like where our knowledge is on these different maps and then learn a little bit, and then we can focus on getting more precise in the future, like region guessing or guessing different cities. But for now, if I recognize the country, I think most of the time I'll try to make a pretty quick guess. Okay, so we see some French here. Where is the flag? I guess I should return to start and try to look for that. Do I see a flag anywhere? I don't think I see a flag around me. I don't know where the flag they have is. I mean, we see a bunch of French, but we're not in France. Where could we be? Okay, here's a flag. Is it white? It says Tonga Saina. Is that white, red, and green? Is it the Tonga flag? I think that it just says the word Tonga. I don't think it's the country Tonga. Isn't Tonga somewhere over here in... I don't think any of these languages look very French though. And is Tonga a French speaking country? I don't know. Can we get any more specific on the country? Because I feel like we might be very off here. Hold on. Oh, okay. Well, I'm either really lucky that I looked down at the car, or this is really a bait. So hopefully we're not getting baited here. I'm gonna guess this city in Madagascar. Alright. Lucky that we looked down at the car. 4.98. Big blur on this car. I know there's been some... Hold on, let me try to look for the flag. Some people in the Geoguessr community who have wanted to get blur of the car because there are a lot of car metas. So, yeah, let's see if we can figure out where we are. Is this the Hong Kong flag maybe? With the flower? Yeah, I think we are in Hong Kong. The red flag with a white flower. Let's guess here by the water. Oh my gosh. I think I really messed up there. I swear I saw like the Chinese flag and a Hong Kong flag, but I kind of want to go back into the round and see. Okay, so we got 60K, which is better than the last round, which was 10K. Let's definitely go to the breakdown and hopefully we can see what happened in the last round. Okay, so flag 5. So we are in... So flag 5, so Maputo in Mozambique. Is there a connection between Mozambique and China and Hong Kong? It says Maputo right here, so I do see that. I think I just got thrown off because I swear that is the Chinese flag and the Hong Kong flag, but maybe there's some sort of relation between the two countries. Well, that is something I have never learned before, and I should learn now. Alright, well that's good to know for the future. That was definitely our worst guess of the round by far. Let's review all the other guesses from this one. So the first one, it was the Belize flag, but we guessed Costa Rica. So that is not one we knew. The second one was, I think it was the Georgian flag, but I thought the Georgian flag looked different. I guessed Armenia because of the temperature and like the trees and everything. Let's see. The third one was the Burkina Faso flag, so we guessed the capital there, and we did really good. The fourth one was... Yes, okay, I remember. Okay, so the fourth one was Madagascar, and we guessed the capital of Madagascar because we looked down at the car. And then the fifth one was in Mozambique, but we guessed Hong Kong because we saw the Chinese and Hong Kong flags. So definitely a lot of information from this one. I think we'll call it a day there. So thank you so much everyone for watching this Geoguessr video, and I hope to see you next time. Subscribe to French Vanilla.